getting from a ordinary to a very confident person. That cusp, that transition phase, it is very important to stay focused on it. Whichever task you are assigned, you have to be really, really prepared. As they say, sharpen the saw.
Confidence isn't about being fearless or flawless. It's about showing up prepared even though you're unsure. Many people think that once they get confident, then they should act, but in reality, confidence is built while taking an action. Hi guys, this is Sneha again with another session where we will unpack about confidence, how it is built, and what exactly shows up when you are confident. With me, joining in today is again Mr. Dharamveer, who is the Group Director at ITM Group of Institutions. He has mentored many young professionals and worked with many young professionals and students where he's helped them with building in confidence through consistency, through real world exposure. And yes, so welcome, sir, again. As we are talking about confidence, I would first want to know what exactly confidence means according to you.
See, according to me, my own ability to trust myself on my personality, on my persona, on my skills, or my tasking, my multitasking, everything that I do. If I trust myself on doing those things, then I'm confident. More often than not, confidence is ability to say everything in the face. I think it is much more than that. It is not just about speaking with confidence. Confidence comes from your ability to trust yourself. When we trust ourselves, that yes, I can do it and I can do A, B, C, D, or whatever our tasks are, then we are confident.
What do you think when defining confidence? What, according to you, feels that this is something confidence and people do get confused within maybe arrogance or something? So, what would you state on this thing?
If on doing something, it is confidence. Yeah. When I trust myself on doing everything and anything, that is arrogance, right? If I think that I'll be able to do anything and everything, whatever comes my way, without knowing the situations and without understanding the gravity of all the situations, that is arrogance. My ability to perform my own tasking, my own, strong points and everything. When I am confident that I'll be able to do A, B, C, D, whatever the defined things are, and I am disciplined enough to learn about these things, and I'm prepared enough to do these things, then I'm confident.
And did you ever face such situation where you might have, like misjudged confidence with something else?
In 20 years of career and say around 15, 16 years of studies before that, it has always been like that. So many times when we do extremely well, just for example, in my plus two exams, I got exceptionally good grades. I was like 94, 93% and all everything. And I was, sab to सारी दुनिया मेरे पास है. But then when I got into the college, I saw that every whole of my class was because that college was good and the cutoff was high. So all my classmates, they were all 92%, 95% and all those things. So it was a reality check wherein previously I thought 95% I am king of the world. That was the arrogance. But when I saw everybody is there, so then everybody else also became the king of the world.
Any daily practices that you go ahead to build that confidence or that skill?
Absolutely, yes. For if we talk about daily life, I think, preparing for the day, thinking about yesterday's working outcomes, it's not very hard, but a discipline on meeting your deadlines. If I am able to meet my deadlines on whichever tasks I am thinking of doing and, whichever I've been assigned, then if we meet the deadlines most of the times with the relatively decent above average quality of the work, I think it builds the confidence.
And what would you advice to someone who is on a verge of, starting feeling confident, maybe, that they should be doing it on a daily basis? Kind of an advice that you would give to them?
Preparation without fail, very disciplined. And see, if you are on cusp of, getting from a ordinary to a very confident person, that cusp, that transition phase, it is very important to stay focused on it. And whichever task you are assigned or whichever you are, taking yourself, you have to be really, really prepared. As they say, sharpen the saw. You know, the carpenter, he, sharpened his saw for 5 hours, and with just two strokes, he was able to cut the tree. That is how the thing should be done.
When, especially young professionals who would be looking into this video as well, even me myself, I would want to know if we want to introduce ourselves in a very confident way and we look that confident in front of maybe many people and audience, how and what should we do?
One, be brief. Two, look into the eyes. Three, just speak your briefest introduction and give the most important 3 points. That's it. My name is Dharamveer. I have been working in student counseling for last 20 years. I have counseled so many students, and my core strength is getting the strategy from the boardroom executed to the ground level workers. इतना छोटा इंट्रोडक्शन रखोगे, इन दी आई बोलोगे, और आपको उसमें simplified रखोगे. Be seen as a confident person. In fact, you will become a confident person, not only seen as a.
Many a times, especially Gen Zs are taken into things that y'all either disrespect या फिर personification जैसे एक बन चुका है that Gen Zs do not listen to elder people. Gen Zs just go ahead, okay, if the work is not being done, that's fine. I mean, if my work or I'm not considered, then I wouldn't go ahead with, that kind of attitude problem. We have that label for that. I would want to know that when we want to keep our ideas or maybe some opinions in front of an elder or someone at a higher position, how should we sound confident and less arrogant in that terms?
See, this is a very subjective question wherein I would divide it in two parts. One, I have been through my experience in the last 2 3 years. I've absolutely loved working with Gen Zs. Absolutely loved, because as per me, yes, they have their own quirks, they have their own personas and everything. But I think the moment you have enough correct direction given to them, they will perform the task exceptionally well. I've seen this just a few days back also. So one thing is that Gen Zs, if they get proper direction in a manner spoken to them in which they understand, I think they do exceptionally good work. One. Number two, if at all you are talking about sounding confident to the elder generation when you are proposing your ideas either at home or maybe at workplace and all, I think yes, there is a communication thing these days, because the Gen Z lingo, so-called lingo, is very different from what the millennials like me would understand. But then that's okay. Very in the face thing spoken by Gen Zs, which was not really the same case which we used to do to our seniors and our parents. So yes, sometimes people find it very quirky and I find it very अरे ये क्या बोल दिया है तो वो पे ही बोल रहा है. So वो होता है, but then I think just be a little more respectful and be clear about your idea. Whatever idea you want to propose to any of the person in your personal or professional life who is a generation above you, just be respectful and be clear about the thought. The biggest thing is if you are able to articulate the outcome of what you want to do, then people will definitely listen. At least I listen to, I mean, there are so many things. I am a non tech person. So there are so many Gen Z people working for me in their tech domains. I cannot understand their lingo, plus their lingo into the technical jargons, right? So it becomes a rocket science for me. But when they explain to me the outcomes, it's fine, done. So I think the simplification of the things makes a any generational gap to be covered.
Any mistake that you find that most of the people do while sounding confident during a communication?
So many times, when primarily what happens is when we are pretentious, pretending about the confidence is not really, it might pass off once or twice. It doesn't pass off every time. That is one thing. If at all we want to, you know, really put an impact, then the preparation has to be really, really good about whatever you want to say and whatever you want to do or propose to the person. I think preparation makes you confident in the real terms, not be, just to be seen confident is not enough. You to be confident is enough, right? I mean,
Obviously, so many years of experience might have helped you to, be at this level that you are confident about many things. But what about the time in your early stage? What was the thing that you said to yourself that, yeah, ऐसे करना है तब जाके I can be confident? Or what did you do to be that confident?
to be very frank, in my career, it came through experience. But I would say tipping point, one tipping point came very early in my career when I joined in sales. And then in maybe 1 or 2 months, it was like no, none of the deals was happening. And if none of deals was happening, my confidence went to all-time low. And I was like, what is this going on? And I was just about to leave the profession itself, going into some other department or something like that. But then there was a tipping point wherein somebody told me, just knowing your product is not enough. You sound confident about the features of your product. The point is your confidence is not in your translation. मैं अपने product के लिए तो बहुत confident हूँ अंदर, but that confidence is still inside. I'm not able to exude the confidence while I'm communicating to the people. मैं तो जान रहा हूँ Tribune newspaper बहुत अच्छा है, but I'm not able to tell Sneha this paper is very good. And these are A, B, C, D, E, F things which you might find interesting, and then you might buy it. So the translation of idea in the simplified terms, I was not able to do it in my early career. When I found out this, then it gradually grew. But it came through experience, yes.
Now, obviously, when it comes to maybe doing preparations, it can be for big events or meetings or anything. So, how do you stop that overthinking before any big moment?
See, I'll tell you a very interesting thing, okay? When I'm normally talking to the students, I'm in the group of students, maybe say around 30, 40, or 50 or 100 students. You know what? Normally, in all my talks to the students, deliberately during the talk, make a mistake in my language, maybe in terms of grammar or something like that. And after maybe say around 30 seconds or 40 seconds into the talk, I asked the audience, can you go back 1 minute or 2 minutes and tell me where I was wrong, what mistake I made? To be very frank, they have understood the idea, what I'm trying to say, but they're not able to make out what was my mistake. This realization that people do not remember your mistakes, if you are confident and you are able to translate your idea, उसको बात समझ में आ गई है ना, तो मैंने उसके बीच में कुछ गलती कर भी दी है बताने में, उसको याद नहीं रहेगा. This realization makes you, feel comfortable. तो अभी समझ में आ गया कि छोटी मोटी कुछ गलती हो भी जाएगी तो इतना कुछ फर्क नहीं पड़ेगा. What is the overthinking we do? Our overthinking is, अरे यार मैंने confidence को confidence बोल दिया. That's my pronunciation might go wrong. I might be, might not be able to look eye in eye. यही होती है ना overthinking. So once you realize that people are not going to remember you frame by frame, or those 30 seconds, 40 minutes or whatever duration you are talking, उनको सब कुछ नहीं याद रहने वाला. उनको क्या याद रहेगा? The 2 or 3 most impactful things you say, or the 2 or 3 things which connect them to their own, internal self. वही याद रहेंगे, उनको पूरा नहीं याद रहेगा. Even after this podcast,
I am gonna tell you what mistake I did, and I was actually gonna do that. Ki maybe we should take a retake on the same. But now, listening to you, it feels like not every mistake will have a like a star mark or ye ki. Of course,
of course, yes. See, the point is, whenever you are communicating to people, the only 3 or 4 things they will remember will be either something impacting them directly or the most impactful thing overall for the, as they say, That's the message to the universe, right? So those are the only things they'll remember. They will never remember your fumble. They might not remember what maybe some grammatical mistake or maybe some pronunciation mistake you do. But that's okay. It is आर्ट ओवर थिंकिंग. लोगों को तो याद भी नहीं रहता. वो याद तो वही चीज रहेगी जो उसके लिए इम्पोर्टेंट है. अभी सी द पॉइंट इज, अभी ये पॉडकास्ट शायद 20 मिनट्स 30 मिनट्स या 40 मिनट्स का होगा. ठीक है, इसमें हमने कहीं ना कहीं कुछ गलती की होगी जो मुझे भी नहीं याद है. अभी इस पॉडकास्ट को सुन के whosoever student will relate to the overthinking and all, then he will go back to his own thought process. Then he will, अरे यार हाँ, उसको हमारे इस पॉडकास्ट में की हुई कोई गलती नहीं याद रहेगी, उसको सिर्फ वो याद रहेगा जो उसके लिए इम्पैक्टफुल था. सो इट्स ओके. ओवर थिंकिंग को खत्म करने का यही तरीका है.
That's really good advice, sir. And I mean, obviously, the entire session was about giving advice, but still, if on daily basis, me or anyone like not only students, but anyone who wants to build confidence, wants to be able to speak to people and maybe in a right way and express themselves. So, what that one practice should happen? Maybe it can be listening to some podcast or listening or reading some books. So, what would you say on that?
I would say two things, very different things. One, I would tell all the people to watch at least 1 or 2 TED Talks a day. Maybe 10-15 minutes की होती. एक तो टेड टॉक जरूर देखें. आपको पता लग जाएगा कि कितने लोग ऐसे हैं जिन लोगों का काम भी नहीं है बोलना. इनका काम कुछ और है. दे आर some sort of a technology or maybe even a farmer or something like that. उनका ये काम नहीं है, बट वो भी अपने आइडिया को अगर अच्छे से जान रहे हैं, दे आर एबल टू टेल. अच्छे से जान रहे हैं मतलब दे आर वेरी वेल प्रिपेयर्ड इन देयर ओन थिंग. आप अपनी चीज में पूरी तरह प्रिपेयर्ड है ना, तो आप अच्छा ही बोलेंगे. दैट इज वन थिंग. Number two, in regards of communication and or maybe speaking in English or any language for that matter, I think there is a one very classic way to do it. Very classic way, very old fashioned, but it makes sense today. It's also a full length mirror, a one page of whatever language you want to say. Stand in front of the mirror. Try to speak in different modalities or different tonal qualities of your own voice. Look at yourself in the mirror. 1 day, 2 days, 3 days, 4 days, 5 days, maybe by 10 or 15 days, you will start realizing that when you talk in this language or you talk in this particular tone, you look very good. And mind you, a huge number of people, they get very confident when they know that they are looking very good. And the looks, of course, form a large part of impression you make. So, and when you realize that you're looking very good while talking in this language or in this tone or in this particular way, you become confident about that way. That is, these are two simplest things too.
So, by this, we can conclude that confidence never comes from being perfect, but it does come from being prepared. And with this, thank you so much, sir. I did myself get to understand so many things. I made a mistake. I did realize, okay, when you are confident, mistakes won't matter. So, thank you so much, sir, for taking up this session with us. And yes, let's get connected for more such videos and sessions that may happen in future. Thank you so much.
Most welcome, Sneha, and wishing you all the very best and in your career, studies, and whatever you want to do in your lives. All the very best. Thank you.